Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your host, Jackie Chism, back again with another episode of the Chism Sports Groove. That's the CSG, if you didn't know. And today we got a great show for you. We're going to go over the Titans traveling into SoFi on Sunday Night Football. We're going to go over locks, chances, and wild cards in Vegas, baby. We're going to introduce hot news or not news today. And we're going to go over our final thoughts for the day as well. Today we got a great show for you guys. But first, I want to introduce my co-host today. Hey, what's going on, Kels?
How's it going, Jack?
Introduce yourself, man.
Hey, I'm Kelly. Kelly, originally from Muncie, Indiana. I grew up here. I've been in Tennessee for about 10 years now. Loving everything.
All right. Hey,
Yeah, pretty much it. Yeah, I'm always here.
You a
Very
fan?
faithful.
You got any biases you want to tell them up front?
Oh, no, I'm an open book. That's why I'm so straight to the point. I'm very simple.
Minus
So
all
any
the Yankees crap you got on.
Right. I think good enough.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
really think I have to elaborate on how much of a group I am.
I think it's going to be great to add somebody. Well, glad to have you, man. We're going to be going but hey, it's CSG. Let's get it. Alright guys, it's Titans time. You know it's the segment where me, lifelong Titans fan, goes over the Titans this week. We got the Rams this weekend. We're going to SoFi. I feel like this could be a really good game this week for us. Sunday Night Football, we're definitely counting it out. That's a great recipe for the Titans as usual. I'm going to go over some injuries right quick. We got a few injuries on that defensive line this week. It looks like Big Jeff was out and did not practice most of this week. Also, Nate Davis was still suffering from a concussion. He did not practice this week. And Crookshank was out this week. We could not get him out of concussion protocol before Thursday. Now, we did get Jerren Kelly back, which is going to help in the middle, stopping some of the run. He's a big body. He's played okay to this point, but you like to be fully healthy at going against some of the best teams in the league, especially the Rams right now. We want to stop them as much as possible. For some reason, they just seem to not be healthy. For some reason, they seem to not have any injuries. They have Von Miller listed on their list with an ankle injury, but we already knew he had that from the Broncos. They would have traded him if he didn't pass medicals. So, yeah, he's just going to be on there still. They're going to take their time with him until they get him together. Matt Stafford's also on there with a back injury, but I don't want to see Matt Stafford with a back injury. Last year, he played amazing. Robert Woods is dealing with a foot injury as well. Hopefully for them that it does not hurt his cutting, his route running. because he will need his feet to try to take advantage of that Titans secondary this week. Also, Sebastian Joseph Day has a chest injury and listed on the injury report. That's going to be a big one if he's has something that's ailing him and he's not 100%. They're going to need all their firepower on that offense on the defensive line coming forward to make sure that they try to stop us. Now I want to get into some of the key matchups for this weekend. I believe that we have some good matchups that we need to watch. Our O-line, with Roger Southpole being a former member, has been definitely doing better since the start of the season. They're really good in run blocking. Their struggles come when it comes to pass blocking. Look for our O-line to go up against their D-line and see who wins the battle in the trenches up front. Next, I also want to talk about our secondary against their wide receivers. I feel like Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, and Van Jefferson are a headache of a threesome for any secondary. And with all the injuries that we have in our secondary, we should have our hands full. Look for coaching to be big in this one. If we can schematically not let them get behind us, keep everything in front of us, and play that bend don't break defense, I feel like we're going to surprise some people today. That's what we usually do, and hopefully we can continue doing it. Next thing I definitely want to watch is the big matchup of the week. A.J. Brown and Julio Jones versus Jalen Ramsey and Darius Williams. Those two are going to have to come big for the Titans this weekend. They're going to have to win the one-on-one matchups. They're going to have to get open and settle down in zones. They're going to have to win at the line of scrimmage so that Tannehill is not like standing back there waiting on routes to uncover. The faster they can get open, the faster they can get the ball out of his hand. I'd look for them both to rack up some huge yards this week. Look for Darius Williams and Jalen Ramsey to lock down as hard as they can this weekend. I'm excited to see the matchup. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. Now it's time for me to go over some of my predictions for this next game. I definitely got the Titans rushing for 125 plus yards. I feel like they're going to make us run the ball and see if we can continuously still run the ball like without Derek. Look for Adrian Peterson to have a big game. He's going to win more yards than you think. Derek has a problem. One problem only. If he gets his momentum stopped, he's going to have 1 yard runs, negative yard runs, 0 yard runs. That's something Adrian Peterson is not going to do. He's not going to have the big 70-yard break through the hole, like dagger that Derek can do. But he's not going to also have those 1 yard runs that Derek has, or those 0 yard runs. He's going to keep those legs moving, and he's going to be a beast when it comes to it. Look for Jerry McNichols to have a big game as well, because as our pass option third down running back. We also signed Deontay Foreman. Look for him to have a few catches and a few carries out the backfield as well. Rocky. All right, my next prediction for this game is going to be that the Titans and the Rams are going to be even in the turnover margins. So I feel like there are going to be a few turnovers on both sides, maybe 1, maybe 2, but I feel like whatever the Titans give up, they will at least get back. Because, again, they play so well in prime time and when their backs are against the wall. Now, my final prediction score for the game is I got the Titans 31, the Rams 34. Now, I do have the Titans covering their 7-point spread just because, again, they play up to who they're going to play. But I'm just not sure if we have the firepower or the chemistry right now to bypass such a high-flying team. All right, guys, when we return, Vegas, baby. All right,
Wait,
drop.
I got a question. So, are you vaccinated?
Oh, HIPAA. Yeah, most definitely. But yeah, I am. I'm fully vaxxed. I'm not gonna. I ain't really care.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel like I'm so transparent. People ask me all the time. Well, no, I'm not. I'm not already. But it might be something that I come to. I'm a monk. Though. I stay in the monk.
We definitely got a lot to go over today. We're gonna start off first with Vegas, baby. Let's get it.
Yeah, yeah, baby.
Vegas, baby, Vegas!
So, what's your Vegas bets? Like, what you get into this week?
All right, so definitely I want to start off with our locks though. Go over our locks for this week. I feel like there's a few locks that we definitely. I got a three that I think that's going to change the game. Like it's pretty simple for me. These are no brainers. I will definitely start off with the Saints. I'm looking at the New Orleans plus -6 over Atlanta. I think that's not going to be a game. Even with Trevor Siemian, I think that Atlanta just has nothing to show for this year. Also, I think Dallas is definitely gonna make sure that they are gonna be up +6 this week. I mean, up +10. I'm sorry. Over Denver. Denver just can't match up point wise, so I'm going with Dallas. And I definitely like New England this weekend for against the Panthers. I think it's 3.5 right now. So I think there's gonna be way more than that. The Panthers are just stagnant right now. Sam Darnold got benched earlier. Christian McCaffrey's not healthy. Look for New England to exploit everything in that offense.
It's dope. Honestly, I didn't see too many holes in any of the stats that you were throwing out. Carolina, I'm not the biggest Carolina fan for no certain reason. So I definitely agree with a bunch of those. Definitely great numbers. My locks, I'm stuck. I feel like the Bills are just a little bit too good for their squad they're going against. Chargers and the Chiefs, just to kind of keep it short and sweet and to the point. Um, I think the Chargers with young Justin Herb, are a little bit too much for who this week?
Oh man, they got the Eagles.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And Justin Hurt this week, I don't think that with the defense, with the addition of Von Miller, I just don't think they're going to really be able to handle
Okay. All right. I mean, you right on line with some of my like picks as well. Like, I don't feel like I think that there was a lot more locks this week than we're giving like space for, but that's what leads me over to my chances, and I'm gonna go right into it. All right, I got the Raiders covering their 3-point spread against the New York Giants this weekend. I feel like the Giants are a crap circle, and the Raiders are still flying high. They're one of the top 4 offenses in the league right now, and the Giants are one of the bottom 4 offenses in the league right now. So just look for a 3-point spread to be completely obliterated. At worst, I'll even give them 5. So like I think that's going to be not a close game at all. Going back to the Eagles pick, I think that the Chargers are going to blow out the Eagles this weekend. 1.5 points is not close. Is like for me, I would have put that as a lock. I probably should have still. Next, I got the Ravens covering their 6-point spread against the Vikings this weekend. I look down my notes again. Yeah, because nobody fucking cares about the Vikings no more. Like you seen them in prime time. Kirk Cousins doesn't play well in prime time or against good opponents. look for that trend to continue right now. I feel sorry for Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson because they don't have a good quarterback to throw to them. I know some pundits like him, but I don't. Like I never liked Kirk Cousins. He was a 4th-round pick for a reason.
We always tend to stick around. But that's the main reason why I let those guys alone. They tend to mess up my parlays from week to week basis. Some of my additional picks that were again Chargers and Eagles, which I think I already have. So that just shows how much I love because I put those in twice. I also had the LA Rams against the Titans. They play this week, right?
Yeah.
Okay. LA Rams against the Titans. That's one where I just don't think that the Titans have the firepower to hold up against everything that the Rams are going to bring this week. It's just going to be one of those just personnel issues. The king is that Tannehill has the different options, but is he going to be able to get the job done? That's something that he's dealt with. He's been doing pretty well the last 3 weeks. So, started the year a little bit shaky, but hey, it's the first game of the year. We'll see though. I'm very excited to see how the Titans take this new trials that are facing.
Definitely. You got another one? Sorry.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say not to cut you off. My last got on my nose right now. Was looking at the New York Giants. I heard you. What did you say about them earlier? I heard you talking about them earlier.
Yeah. That they were a bottom 4 offense going against a top 4 offense.
I didn't want to mess that up because it made me laugh. That's definitely how I see it. You took the words that I'm on. So I don't see it going any other way but that way.
Yeah. You know, me being a Titans lover, you know what I'm saying? I already think that the score is gonna be a little bit closer than what the media and what Vegas is giving them. Just only because the Titans play up to, you know, their competition and play down to their competition. If it was the Jets, it's gonna be close. If it's the Rams, it's gonna be close. That's just the way we play. If we get blown out, it's actually like a rarity for us to get blown out. But we will lose games we're supposed to win. So, I mean, other than that, man, I really like your picks though going forward. Now I gotta go right into our wild card picks for the weekend. But I had to make sure I look down my notes because I got some wild ones this weekend. I'm gonna start off with just throwing it out there. I do believe that Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers will be enough to score on the Kansas City sorry ass defense. We're only asking them to put up 21 points to cover their 7.5 point spread. So I think they can do enough. Devontae Adams is back. I can throw to Devontae. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can throw to a man that's 2 yards in front of his defender every time. Every time you hike the ball. So I really like Aaron Jones matchup in that. I like all the pieces that the Packers are getting back healthy, even though Aaron Rodgers is not going to be there. I feel like the defense is going to play up just for that fact, though. He's a likable guy in that locker room, so you know what I'm saying? They're going to miss him. And they're gonna play to that. I feel like.
Play to kind of uphold his name. I understand where you're coming from. That's aggressive, really great. That's really great. So to allude to your Titans pick, that was I'm on the side of the coin. Okay, I'm on the side of the coin. I don't feel like Jordan Love would have what it takes to carry a national football team, to a win. Yeah. He hasn't played since preseason. That's a big no-no for me. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. We're in the middle of the season right now. I just don't think that he's gonna have the confidence to make those throws that Aaron Rodgers does so well.
Dude is an NFL quarterback, bro. like I feel like, especially in small little Green Bay, you know that they don't got some like chicken heads up in there like today right before the game. You know what I'm saying? Like gagging their ass off to make sure he got the confidence to go out there tomorrow. And then Matt LaFleur is a good offensive coach. Like I feel like it's all about coaching. If they come out and ask him to do exactly what they asked from Aaron Rodgers, then they gonna get blown out. But if they have a game plan centered around his strengths and what they know he can do, then they can stay in the game at least.
You can't argue with that. What else you got for us?
I definitely like the Browns actually not just covering their spread of 2.5 points against Cincy, but actually winning the game this weekend. I feel like that Baker Mayfield is going to have a huge weight lifted off his shoulder. He can spread the ball around the way he really wants to. Their running game is still heavy. The defense is getting back healthy. And Cincinnati is not somebody I'm picking with. Since they lost to the Jets last week. So imagine the Browns with like some help and like a weight off their shoulders in OBJ.
I mean, that's one where I want to keep my hands off of it because those are two teams that right now they're going through a lot. They're going through a lot. So me personally, I don't think that with the inconsistency of the locker room, it's something that I want to do. It's a toss-up. It's a 50-50 game for me. Also, the Jets were doing well. You got to think about how they started and how they came along. They also beat your Titans. Yeah. Let's not forget about that. So they had those.
That was a Titans losing a game rather than
the Titans
Jets
did
winning
lose that, and I will give that to.
So but that last game they actually went out there and beat the Bengals last week. So
right.
Mike White is a godsend. Actually, I think that if we in a couple of weeks we definitely got to redress this, and we got to see if Mike White is actually even better than Zach Wilson. Because right now in that offense, I believe he will be. Like in that offense, it's not looking good for Zach Wilson. Yeah, so I'm glad.
I believe it will be. Hopefully that tide is turned and they're figuring out that hey, we can be an NFL football team finally. Because I feel like the Jets have been so.
New York wants it so bad.
So outcast for so long.
Yeah. I got
good luck to them.
I got just one more crazy one. I think I like the Texans actually winning over the Dolphins this weekend. I feel like the return of Tyrod Taylor is going to be huge. He was in full control of that offense before that hamstring injury, and you know that they did not rush him back. I feel like he's healthy, he's ready to go, and he's going to continuously be in full control of that offense. He's one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the last 10 years. He's been, I would say, he's definitely been a top 50 quarterback for the quarterback to not have a full team to start on. Like in just the last 50 years, I mean, yeah, I can probably name 30, 40 quarterbacks better than him, but I can't name 50. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's huge. You know what I'm saying? There's 32 teams in 10 years. The Titans been through fucking 10 quarterbacks since then. So
is that something we want to talk about? That's something we want to talk about.
Nah. Tannehill's here to stay. So. Okay. But yeah, I think that Tyrod is he flourishes with pressure. When Josh Allen was behind him, he led them to to the playoffs. When Baker Mayfield was starting behind him, they were a playoff team. He's been one of the most unlucky quarterbacks that's ever been out there, and for him to have a shot in a sorry ass Houston team, I think that he's got a chance this weekend. The Dolphins don't give me any reason to bet with them, so and nothing's changed this weekend. So I'd be all right with taking the Texans at least to cover their 6-point spread.
Understandable. The thing is, these are the games where I feel like the Jacksonville Jaguars, just to kind of touch on your picks a bit. These are the games that the Jacksonville Jaguars. Oh, I'm sorry, not
Texas.
these are the games that the Miami Dolphins play up to. These are the games that I feel like the Miami Dolphins play up to.
The games are
They may
supposed
not
to
win. They may not win, but it won't be as bad as I think you think. A couple of my wild cards, because that was wild. A couple of my wild cards, just to go to my notes, was right now I have this the 49ers over the Cardinals. That's a tough one because D-Hop and Murray both were out. It's crazy right now.
I can't even tell you off the top of my head who the who the backup quarterback for the Cardinals is. I want to say it's Brett Hundley if I had to guess, but it's still the 49ers, bro. They getting healthy. They got a good O-line. They got a good D-line. But Jimmy G, I think he hurt, ain't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Trey Lance is playing too. So that's a wild pick, man. That's a wild pick.
But this is the thing. So I have the 49ers. I didn't say this, excuse me. So I have the 49ers. I have the 49ers over let me say this again. I have the 49ers over the Cardinals. I have the 49ers over the Cardinals. Simply just because I just don't think that the Cardinals have to fight against the 49ers. For one, Trey Lance has been waiting for this opportunity. Waiting patiently. He hasn't said anything. There's been no media. His father hasn't sent pictures of him working out. I mean, listen, what I'm saying is Trey Lance has done what he has had to do to make sure that he is ready when this time comes. Now the time's here. I really don't believe that the Cardinals would work. Obviously, on that roster that are not going to be playing. Okay? So I just say that's one of my wild cards. The Saints. Saints was a tough one. It's more of an emotional switch. I really feel like this is an emotional switch with the Saints situation. They did pick up the running back.
Ingram?
Yes, we picked up OG Ingram. Yes, we picked up OG Ingram. They picked up OG Ingram, which I'm very happy about. Will he be enough to keep the fire going? And they transfer it out to the field. That's one that I'm watching. I feel like the Saints are going to take that. I have them at -6. Then I want to go back to the Patriots. I heard you talking about my guy, Mac. Mr. Mac. Mr. Mac is back. He's the real deal.
Mac attack.
I'm not going to lie to you. He's the real deal. Yeah. Now, Mac Jones and Bill Belichick, which I was watching something on this morning. Bill Belichick is doing something different this year. He's adapting. He's done what most coaches can't do. He's taking in the younger players and he's really, really adapting to them and covering them with nothing but love and admiration. He's giving them everything that they need to be the quarterbacks and the players that he needs for his team. And they're getting paid pretty heavily with. I got Mac Jones and the Patriots at 3.5 over the Cardinals simply because I have a bench.
So we're the Panthers.
Yes, Panthers.
I see you. I had him as a lock, and you got him as a wild card. That's all. That's wild.
Look, I'm the Yankees.
Oh man. Now we're gonna go ahead and switch it up, man. Switch it over to the NBA. Now we got a couple of primetime games coming up, right until the next episode. And I want to start off tonight. We got the Jazz traveling to Miami to play the Heat. I like the Heat in this one. I feel like that defense is smothering. I feel like Jimmy Butler and Kyle Lowry are like Kyle Lowry and DeRozan 2.0. They got a lot of shooting going on, like with Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero don't woke up. Bam's back. Like that team might be one of my sleepers to go all the way to the finals. And if I didn't if I didn't make that my pick, I'm actually starting to regret it right now because the way they look, right, just starting off the season is very promising.
I agree with you. The Miami Heat have taken the season by storm. Right? I mean, but this is the thing: the Miami Heat over the last couple of years have this is how they start. They start fiery. They start hot. They're burning up. And eventually injuries and different things come into play and they slow down like always. I'm not excited about what I've seen like everybody else, but I am taking them in this game for sure because they're running on all cylinders right now. Jimmy Butler doesn't even have to be our leading scorer and we're still getting it done. So right now I agree with you 100%.
All right. Right after that tonight, LA Lakers are traveling to Portland to take on the Trailblazers. I actually don't like the Blazers, so I have to pick the Lakers in this one. I think that LBJ being out for this one is going to give Russ and AD some more time to mesh with that chemistry. It's going to give some of them bench players a little more time to mesh in as well for the deep playoff run that they will need. Look for them just to outscore Dame and CJ. I'm sorry, I like them, but they just can't match up right now. The Blazers have a lot of issues. Look for Dame to be traded, and it's just gonna circle them until we see something happen with that whole situation.
Anytime let me tell you, listen. Right now, the Trailblazers are on a trail. They're blazing the trail. That's literally what they're doing. Last game, if you didn't check them out, our two favorites, our dynamic duo, crazy last week for the last game for the Portland Trailblazers. So I see them again taking this next game. I'm a Lakers fan through and through. It will. Let me say, the Portland Trailblazers will take the game from an NBA standpoint. Personally, I feel like if AD and Russell Westbrook, along with some different cast members, come together and really keep them off the boards, if we do the things that we're known for what we should be doing, running, keeping teams off the board, our three-point percentage has risen. Years, thanks, Melo. Thanks, Carmelo. Those are going to be some facts that we have to kind of check up on. But right now, I don't think that the Lakers have everything they need. With LeBron out, that's another thing that the Portland Trail Blazers are looking at. They are waiting. They cannot wait. The deer is hurt. Well, not the deer. The Laker is hurt. The Lakers are hurt right now. They are going to go at their next. I don't think that the Lakers are going to have the chemistry yet to withstand what Portland Trail Blazers are bringing after a hot win.
I like the way you think, but shit. So you're making a real compelling argument. I'm not gonna lie to you.
We will see. We will see. But that's the beauty in this, because now I know I can call you. What do you say about Portland?
You probably
we will see. We will see. But listen, me being a Laker fan, I am going to be ecstatic if we pull out this win, because that means we're getting better and better.
Exactly. All right. Then tomorrow, Sunday night, the Hornets are traveling to LA to play against the Clippers. I like the Clippers in that one. PG-13 has been an MVP candidate to start the season off. He has to be, like, just straight up, no doubt about it. I like the way he stepped up. He's been keeping continuously what he's been doing since playoff PG popped up in the playoffs last year. I think the Hornets are a fast, fun team, and can put up a lot of points, shoot a lot of threes. They're like a three-legged dog right now running. Once they get it, they're gonna be fast as hell. But like, you gotta learn how to run with three legs first. They're a very awkward team, but it's so fun to watch. I like the Clippers in this one.
I feel like the Clippers will be out coached. Honestly, I mean, no. I'm sorry, I said that. I feel like the Hornets will be out coached. I feel like the Hornets this game will be out coached, simply because they do have what it takes to beat the Clippers. They have talent, they have the speed, they have the youth, they have everything it takes. to make sure, and they have the bench. I feel like their bench is a little bit deeper than the Clippers. Literally, I feel like what people are saying, Clippers every year they start just as they have this year, PG-13 going crazy, taking the league ablaze. Where is PG when we get a little bit later into the season? These are things that I think about when I'm making my picks, just simply because at any given time on any given Sunday or Saturday, Sunday, PG-13 will check out. With that being said, I don't think this Sunday will be one of those days. All right, I don't think so. I know I'm being contradictory. I don't think this will be it. There will be outcomes. It'll go down to the wire. It'll be a low scoring. No, it'll be a higher scoring game. Somewhere around
here. All right, guys. That's Vegas, baby. When we return, we're going to get hot news, not news. All right, guys. So I want to go over my final thoughts right quick, and we're going to talk about no other than Henry Ruggs. Now, it's a crazy story, man. Like, and from people who I know from Vegas that said that what he did was damn near impossible, going 156 miles an hour on that street, on the strip that he was on. It's kind of not shocking though, because there's plenty of 22, 23-year-old guys, women that are in less successful jobs that have done crazier things for them for success in their life as well. Now, that's something that I feel like is going to have to be looked at going forward. Draft picks in cities like New York, in cities like LA, in Las Vegas, especially Sin City. Like, there's just so much to get into, especially on your bye weeks, that it's not even worth the trouble at this point. Should they, like, I feel like during the season, you should be locked in. Now, I don't want to control anybody. You should be able to do whatever you want to as an adult. Like, as your job, you go in. But I do feel like that the organization should have known, beforehand. Like, they're like, especially like just in the first 3 years until you get veteran status. I feel like the NFL and your team should always be there for you. Like, you should not be driving. If you're going to a casino, they're definitely gonna know, like, up front, that hey, Henry Ruggs likes to go to casinos. He likes to get a few alcoholic beverages while he's there, and he drives there. So, we want to make sure that we watching that situation. Care about him. Like, you're going to give a 22-year-old millions of dollars, give him unlimited amount of fame in the biggest sin city in the entire world, Las Vegas, and you expect nothing bad to happen. He's their first round draft pick as the Las Vegas Raiders in the new stadium with all that fame that comes with being in Vegas as well. Like, I feel sorry for the family of the victim and the victim and the lost ones. I feel sorry for Henry Ruggs' family. I'm not negating anything Henry Ruggs did as well, but going forward, I feel like there should be a side eye at least on the younger guys in these huge markets as well. I know that at 18, I was not ready to go pro. At 21, I probably still was not ready to go pro at any sport. And so, you hate to see it, and you hope that, like, going forward, that they take this proactively and learn from this situation. and to help these young men make sure that they don't make these same mistakes again. Learn from Henry Muggs. I hate that he has to be the poster boy for this, but like there's going to be so many thousands of other young men's lives that are going to enter the NFL that he should change as well. That should change as well. Keep your head up, serve your time, do what you gotta do when you get out. It's like serve your community, give back. You got a lot to give back, man. Again, you got an opportunity still to change a lot of people's lives, even though you changed a lot of people's lives. So you still you're still alive. You still got time to do it. I'm always keeping on with the mantra that there's only one direction forward. So keep it going, man. All right, guys. That's another episode of the Chism Sports Groove. I want to give a special thanks to my co-host Kelly today. I want to also give a special thanks to you, the viewer, and to everybody in the Chism Channel organization that had a hand in putting this together. Until next time, guys, peace.
Brought to you by the Chism Channel and TCC Productions.